The event, starseeds are manifesting the new Earth reality. Pleiadian Light Forces transmission September 22, 2019. Channeled by Michael Love. Great Ones. Several Earth days ago, a large blast of high-frequency gamma photon light impacted the Earth's magnetic field and penetrated into Earth's lower atmosphere. These frequent 40 Hz waves of incoming crystalline light have been occurring on a steady basis now every few days since late 2018. The last wave of energy that came in displayed a special offset carrier wave that contained a multi-dimensional array of galactic data regarding how the new Earth reality will manifest. This data was decoded by certain members of the Earth Alliance, and the contents of this message is displayed below. The message is in a Pleiadian teaching format and conveys advanced concepts related to the creation process, in a down-to-earth, and easy-to-understand manner. Some are under the impression that the ascension of planet Earth is just happening by some chance of the cosmos and that the event is coming to Earth, from some outside source. We tell you the truth, that, even though benevolent beings are assisting in the ascension process by deflecting high-frequency light to Earth from the galactic core, ultimately, you alone will be the cause of the event happening, and when you are finally ready, dear one, then it begins. We present this Pleiadian message and teaching now, to you, the starseeds of Earth. The primary purpose of this message is to clarify and simplify the understanding of how the new Earth will manifest itself to humanity and how you can move your being into this higher, nicer reality, on a personal level ahead of the collective, right now. We the Pleiadians are cosmic experts for teaching you about 5D because our planet, Era, in the Pleiades exists in this dimension. This is also the dimension where all the races of the Galactic Federation of Worlds exist. Fifth dimensional Earth is the same thing as the new Earth and the same thing as heaven. A dimension is not a place, but a state of consciousness, or a state of being that has an exact vibrational frequency or resonance. There are 5 human mapped states of consciousness that exactly match the first 5 dimensions of this universe. The highest officially mapped state of consciousness on Earth is the gamma brainwave state. Gamma is a high-frequency state of being where feelings of bliss, beauty, wonder, power and incredible love occur. When you are the most happy, in love, elated, high and just feeling super wow, this is the gamma state of being. Up to this point in Earth's history, beings on Earth have usually only experienced this state of being a few times in one incarnation. When you hear of the accounts and descriptions of heaven by those who have experienced it firsthand, the descriptions are all the same. It is incredibly beautiful and the senses experience much higher levels of information and ecstasy. The gamma frequency is 40 to 100 Hz and matches the vibration of the 5th dimension. Frequency or vibration is measured in Hertz, and the Schumann resonance system reflects the current measurement of the sum total frequency of the electromagnetic field of planet Earth. Now Great One, a bit more clarification of all of this. In ancient texts, the master Pleiadian teacher, Jesus, Jamanuel, came to teach the earth about this beautiful heaven, the same way we are still teaching about it to you. That great master went forth speaking of the kingdom of heaven to many on the earth. On the first day of his grand mission he was asked, "Where is this kingdom and when is it coming?" He said, "This kingdom is already here, it is inside of you and all around you, right now, however, you just cannot see it yet." Now let us continue this great teaching. If this kingdom of heaven, new earth, 5D is inside of you, then from where must it come? It must come from the only place where it exists, inside of you, Great One. Do you fully understand how all of this works yet? Some matrix religion teachings say that one glad morning you may fly away to heaven. Let us speak to you from the sublime realm about this now by giving you profound but simple teaching. If heaven is not a place, then where are you flying away to? We tell you the truth that the only time and place, space, that exists in this universal construct is now and here. What do we mean? Now is the only time that exists, ever has existed, and ever will exist. Here is the only space that exists, ever has existed, and ever will exist. We go a bit deeper into the matter and prove that you are the only being that ever has existed, and ever will exist as well. However, for the sake of this grand play you have created, we will play the game with you because it's truly exciting. Back to time and space, or space-time as we like to call it. Now is the only time and here is the only space, got it? In a humorous way we like to call this ultimate space-time, nowhere, because it contains the only reality, now and here. Knowing this, is the secret of the master. With this master premise in mind, you may have deducted that if you are real, and you are of course, that you should only practice existing in the only one true reality that exists, now and here. Following so far? Let us explain a bit more. Most 3D humans attempt to exist in anti-realities such as the past or the future. We say attempt to exist because when one does this, they start to become fragmented and even push against the fabric of existence itself, and becomes a very distressing and painstaking, futile effort that causes serious issues. Two simple examples of this is living in the past, in the mind, with some trauma or drama that no longer exists, and worrying about the future constantly. The sun rises and sets every day, however in all of this, it is still always now. Tomorrow morning it will still be now. The master has remembered to bring all of his focus into the now moment and into the here space, and this is where his heightened state of awareness is developed. Young children are the best masters we can speak about because now and here is the only reality they are aware of and exist in. Children are most happy, creative, productive, and healthy in this state of being. Have you ever noticed that when you are so into a song that is playing, or creating a work of art, or just doing something that you love to do, time stands still? It is so enjoyable, and the cares of the world cease to exist for a moment? This is the state of being we are speaking of in this teaching. Another label for this now here space-time is called 0 point, the singularity, or oneness. The fifth dimension, heaven, and the gamma state of being are all this same 1 point in space and time, and this is where you are ascending to. At this level it takes zero energy output from you to do, be, or have anything you can imagine. The universe provides 100% of the energy required at this level to manifest a solar system, a planet, a new car, the perfect body, a beautiful home, the most perfect twin flame lover, a dream life, or even unlimited abundance. We will speak more about how to easily achieve all of this down further in our teaching. Now dear one, if heaven and the fifth dimension is a state of being that resonates at a specific frequency, then the only way to see it, perceive that reality or dimension, is to raise your frequency to match it. What does it mean to raise your frequency, and how is this accomplished? 3D Earth and humanity resonate around 7.8 Hz. They always have and they always will. The Archon created 3D matrix construct vibrates even lower than this. The third dimension is not rising in frequency to match 5D because dimensions are universal constants that do not change. Dimensions are totally separate realities that have nothing in common except one thing. You. In fact, you exist right this moment in all of the 12 primary dimensions of this universe, but most likely only have conscious awareness of the first few dimensional levels. This universe has infinite dimensions, that all resonate at different frequencies. This high-frequency light is not coming from Earth's sun but originates in the Sagittarius constellation at the galactic core and is being emitted from the central sun in the fifth dimension. The label that Earth astronomers use for the central sun is SGR-A. The recent large influxes of gamma light are not just coming in randomly but are being sent to Earth with great intention and for a grand purpose by benevolent light forces who are here in our solar system at this time to assist with humanity's evolution. What effect does this gamma light have on human vessel DNA? Russian science proves that gamma laser light will morph DNA from one species to another in only a few hours. Healthy stem cell coding can also be transmitted via gamma light beams and instantly inserted into an unhealthy genome at once, completely rewriting the genome to a healthy state. Do you realize the implications of this amazing process? In the case of humanity, the DNA of humans, mostly starseeds at this time, is being morphed by central sun gamma light, from a 3D, 2-stranded, human DNA helix into a 5-stranded, DNA helix, angelic species. This may sound outlandish and like nonsense to some, but not if you are an awakened starseed and you have accessed this high-level knowledge. You are not turning into an angel, you are already one. You have always been one and you always will be this. When all of your DNA is firing once again, you will completely remember and know who and what you are. In your most advanced form, you are a perfected, 12-stranded DNA, divine being who is no less than a god. Did the Master Jesus not say this about all of you? We tell you the truth, you are all gods and you have no limits. At this point on your spiritual journey, it's perfectly okay to simply say, I am a god in training and I just have to remember how to be who and what I truly am. In the deceptive, controlled 3D matrix illusion, great lengths have been taken to make you forget or to distract you completely away from the truth of who and what you truly are. Continuing our teaching. If you really are a god, then you should be able to back it up, yes? You should be able to do anything that can be imagined or create anything that can be imagined without any limit. Do you see where we are going with this? We know that you do, and soon you will finally grasp it all. We tell you the truth, you can have, do, or be anything right now, right here. You are the creator of everything, whether you are fully aware of this or not, especially your own personal life experience. A bit of clarification here. For the scope of the rest of this teaching, we will use the word manifest instead of the word create. It's important to note that at this point, you are not creating anything and no other being is creating anything as well. Why? Because all things are already created. Who created them? We think you know the answer. Since all things that you could ever desire, with no limitation, are already created, and there is nothing that can be created or to create, then how can you create a new earth or a personal dream life at any point you choose? First of all, E equals mc squared. Energy equals mass and light and all things in the universe. Energy is everything and everything is energy and not material. What you believe is material is only a wave of energy if you look close enough. Quantum physics shows that all things in the universe are simply comprised of universal energy vibrating at different frequencies. With this understanding, the correct label here is manifesting instead of creating. As we said earlier, all the things including $1 million, anything that you call material, the perfect mate or anything you can dream of already exists in energetic form, in this universe. What's more, there is a version of you that is already enjoying the things you most desire right at this moment on another level. However, you must align energy to that exact version of yourself, enjoying the thing you desire, in the now moment. A simple way to do this is simply start being that version of yourself in all ways. We will also tell you an important universal fact here about manifesting that is often overlooked. A thing can only manifest in the only time that exists, in the now moment, and in the only place that exists, here. More about this later. The energetic forms of everything that exists is called quantum possibilities in quantum physics, which is a universal science that best explains how this universe works. You are a divine being who has the unlimited God power, ability, and free will to simply choose any one of these possibilities for yourself. How do you choose the specific one thing that matches your desire exactly from the realm of unlimited quantum possibilities? We can tell you that you don't necessarily pray, or beg for it thinking you might be favored by some other superior being who may grant your wish if it so chooses or if you are worthy enough. None of these scenarios are correct, so maybe it's time for many to come to terms with what is truly happening here. Enter the amazing realm of quantum physics. While spirituality is of key importance in your soul's evolution, the science of how things work in this universe is just as important. Both parts of the equation are required for you to be effective as a whole and fully realized, divine being. Quantum physics proves that when you provide energy, focus, thought, or effort, to a thing, it causes the universal wave function of quantum possibilities of all that exists, to collapse into the single physical, material thing or situation you applied the energy to. In simple terms, your energetic focus on a thing causes it to appear or exist. The caveat here is this. The universe is not concerned with whether the energy you applied was high vibe, positive energy, or low vibe, negative energy. In this universe, the laws of quantum physics, the law of one, says that, like energy attracts like energy. You simply attract to you things that match your energetic pattern. This is the choosing that you do, of all the quantum possibilities that exist in this universe, and this is how your reality is made manifest. In quantum physics you are called the observer, and the observer causes an energetic wave, all universal energetic possibilities, to collapse into a physical particle, 3D reality, when you observe, look at, or focus on the wave form. When you stop observing the wave form that became a particle of matter, it returns back into a wave of possibility and ceases to exist in physical form, or what you call reality. In simple terms, what you give your energy or focus to exists in your reality, and what you do not focus on does not exist in your reality. There is a personal version of this focus and there is a collective version. In the sublime realm, both of these versions are the same, as we are all literally the same one being. The powers that were have known this secret for eons and have kept it hidden from the masses. It is the simple way for a few nefarious beings to control an entire planet populated with billions of sentient beings. All they have to do is simply control what you focus on or what you see. Television programming, mainstream news, matrix religion systems, public education, and all primary 3D matrix systems do a proficient job with this. If you fully understand the selective, negative programming that is displayed all day long to the masses in the matrix, you can quickly see how this world got into such bad shape. The collective is completely responsible for manifesting the current 3D world situation. The thing is, 3D humans have no idea they are inside of a programmed reality and that they are being played, so the game continues on every day as usual. This has been going on for at least the last 350,000 years on Earth. Of course, the beings that create these deceptive illusions for humans to focus on daily are the guilty parties in this matter. Even from the beginning of all of this approximately 350,000 Earth years ago, the plan was to keep humanity in the dark, first by deactivating 10 DNA strands and secondly by keeping all knowledge and information about things locked away from public eyes, and thirdly by devising a controlled and programmed reality for humans to focus on every moment of their lives, in the 3D matrix. The good news is, at any moment, anyone can wake up and discover the heinous and traumatic tricks played on humans for eons for the sole purpose of harvesting their life force. If all of that was not enough, how about trapping humans in a reincarnation loop, for the purpose of performing the soul energy harvest over and over, for hundreds of thousands of years? When one does wake up and learns what is truly happening, it can be quite shocking and takes time to deal with it all. We assure you that one can get past this shock and begin taking personal responsibility for their own sovereignty, their own energy and their own manifestations. Remember, Great One, that light is information and darkness is simply the lack of it. When you do not have information, you are in darkness, and this is quite painful for the soul. Have hope, because light has come into this world now and it is here to bring all things hidden to the conscious awareness of the citizens of humanity. More about manifesting your reality. Most of the time in 3D, humans are attracting to them the very opposite things from what they are desiring, because the energy they are emitting on some level is matching the low vibrating thing and bringing back a match to it into the physical reality. The matrix we speak of works like a holographic screen on a computer that simply displays the energy that is bounced off of it. An important understanding. The first thing that makes manifesting the things you desire successful is coming to terms and acceptance that you are 100% responsible for and in charge of everything that happens to you and that exists in your life right now. This can be quite challenging for some at first, to know they have attracted every good and bad thing and situation that has ever happened into their reality. None of it is your fault, and you are not to blame, it's just that you are responsible for it all because some part of your energy caused it to manifest in your reality. The good news is, that is not who you are, it's who you were, and it doesn't count. What counts is what you do now and from here forward. You can change it all if it is not in alignment with you and what you truly are. The Master finally comes to terms with the fact that he is fully sovereign in this universe and no being is above him, no one is controlling him, he does not need permission from any so-called authority, or any other being to do anything he desires, and he operates in harmony with all life, doing no harm to anyone or anything, ever. He uplifts his own condition, thus elevating the whole world. Dear one, once you become aware that you are doing it all, what you call both good and bad, you then must come to the point where you manifest only things that are in alignment with your soul, on purpose, and with great intent. If one is not aware of the fact that they are always attracting all things into their life and manifesting their reality, it doesn't change the fact that they manifest reality. The issue is, most 3D humans manifest a chaotic world by default with no preconceived intent or understanding of it all, attracting energies into this world that match the vibration they are in. Once again, the energy that causes this chaotic 3D reality to manifest was ultimately planned and decided for humanity, by nefarious beings in advance, to create the desired outcome. The desired outcome in the 3D matrix is to manifest low vibrational energy that is the cause of all human suffering. Why? Again, so certain 4D astral entities that control Earth can feed on trauma energy to sustain themselves. In the Gospel of Thomas, this beautiful teaching begins with, "Let the seeker keep on seeking until he finds. When he finds the truth, he will be shocked. After this, he will rest, and after this, he will reign over everything." We believe no greater truth was ever spoken about the great awakening of planet Earth. You always manifest your reality whether you know it or not, you always have and you always will. However, wouldn't it be better if you manifested on purpose to match what you truly desire and to create a better world for all, knowing that you are 100% in control of it all? Now, that is the ultimate God power. We hope you just had a light bulb, grand awakening moment. If so, we did our job. Do you see how the event will play out now on Earth? Do you see why 3D humanity does not experience freedom yet? There absolutely will be a massive flash of light and conscious freedom exploding around the Earth when the Starseed Collective is all in full alignment with this knowing. This is the great awakening that you know of. About low vibes. Some often overlooked emotional energy we apply to things and that manifest an undesired reality are worry. Worry is simply fear and is one of the lowest vibrations in the universe. Worry collapses the wave function into the very thing you are trying to avoid. Resistance, pushing things away, avoiding, protesting, complaining, and fighting are examples of an energetic focus that brings you the most undesirable reality you can imagine. The Master has one golden rule: always vibrate high. This may sound like something impossible, fantasy or wishful thinking, however it should be your number one goal in life, period. How can you vibrate high when there are interfering low vibe energies coming into your etheric field? Pleiadian answer: move out of the space of those energies both physically and etherically. The simple way to stop low vibe energies from penetrating your auric field is to simply say no to any being attempting to steal your life force. No is the universal power that breaks all undesired contracts, and it cuts negative energy cords at once. When you say no, mean it, do it thoroughly and stick to your boundary, and you will begin gaining all of your life force back at once. How do you manifest love from another being? There is only one way. First and always show yourself the highest level of self-love, and then the entire world will come out to show you deep love. The reason this is such a seemingly impossible task for some is because most 3D humans put everyone else first before themselves, and secondly, they have a low self-worth. Having a healthy self-respect and love for yourself is the correct way, and absolutely does not mean you have an ego problem. Loving yourself unconditionally first, then all others the same, is the highest thing you can do and is the beginning of heaven, we tell you. How do you get over a love heartbreak fast? Have you noticed when you are heartbroken over someone you want to be close to and they leave you or dump you, it may seem nearly impossible to stop thinking about them every second. This can go on for days, weeks, and even months if not handled correctly. What is happening here? Your energy is leaking out of your auric field. The reason it hurts so bad is because your life force is being drained when you are focusing on the other being. So, how do you get over a love heartbreak fast? Pleiadian answer: there is one primary way. Bring all of your focus back onto yourself. The secret here is that you cannot possibly focus on two things at once, so, in this case, focus on you, what you desire and what makes you happy. Being in love makes you happy, not the other person, so as we said above, start giving yourself this incredible love that you desire first by focusing on manifesting a new, wonderful, and happy life, and you will quickly have it. At first you will have to be very aware that your focus is leaving you and going to the other person etherically. Force your attention and focus back onto you at first, and it will all of a sudden start to feel better out of nowhere, and then you are on the right track again. When you are happy and positive and loving, you will automatically attract many more good things into your life. Why? Because you are in perfect alignment when you are this way. It is simply a determined choice, and it just takes a bit of practice until it becomes who you are. Also, the main reason you are in divine alignment when you show yourself love is because God is love. Who is this God? We think you may know who it is. Be this, be love, and you will experience your divinity to the highest degree. Love is the most powerful force in the universe, and this is who and what you truly are. Ask yourself, in what ways am I not showing myself love? Accept the answers, then get busy changing your ways. There is no greater thing we can ever teach you. Collective versus personal manifestations. Some will say, I am doing my part to manifest positive things, but that negative guy or gal over there is messing up the manifestation. Then you may say, no wonder we live in a screwed up world. Here is the correct teaching about this. First of all, do not be concerned about what another is doing, ever, period. This is the first mistake. Always focus on yourself, period. Remember what we said about focusing elsewhere or on what others are doing. Your life force begins to move from your being to theirs, and trust us, it is quite painful and destructive. Ultimately, you are the other person, so if you can master yourself, then they will change to line up with you. This is just the way the universe works again. If you want to change the world and make the world a better place, change yourself and make yourself better first, then you will finally see the change that you are. When the starseed collective of Earth fully grasps all of this, and when the others just like you grasp it, then your event will be finalized on planet Earth. This is the singularity of consciousness we speak of, the conscious version of the physical grand solar flash of light, and this is the collective beginning of the new Earth reality that we have all sought on this planet for so long. As we said in our last transmission, all data in this cosmos points to the spring of 2020 as the 3D time in modern human history when this grand solar flash event will occur. Do not judge by what you think you see in the 3D world, as many things are transpiring on many levels to make all of this happen. What really will happen is that 4.5 billion starseeds stationed on planet Earth will raise their vibration to the gamma level of 40 to 100 Hz, where 5 strands of DNA will be fully activated. At that point, the entire outwardly perceived reality will show up as the collective reality. The level of 5D heaven will be reached on a collective level, and the reality of heaven will be fully made manifest on the surface of the Earth and be able to be perceived for the first time on this planet. Remember here that all beings and all things in the cosmos are 100% connected and unified at the conscious level, so even the higher angelic light forces who are assisting humanity are part of this collective consciousness. Also know that these higher beings are not separate from you, but they are your higher selves coming to assist you. They are also not far away beings, up in the sky or in space, because there is no up there, or out there, but only here, remember. Ultimately, these higher, angelic, divine beings are right here right now with you, as you. Metaphysics of manifestation. The psychophysiological principle states: any experience that you have only while you are having a specific brainwave pattern. If your brainwave patterns change, then your experience will change. This is as simple as it gets. When you begin to resonate at the 40 Hz, gamma level in a sustained manner, you will experience bliss heaven on earth, and you will have transcended all the lower planes and all human suffering. If you resonate lower than this, you will experience a 4D reality, or even down lower to 3D level, and as you may know, things will certainly not be so pleasant. An important note here. If things are going really, really good for you in 3D, then it's because you are operating from a 5D perspective while your feet are on the ground in 3D. Being able to be aware of and operate proficiently in multiple dimensions is the main skill you are acquiring. Also, things may seem dense in 4D when you observe 3D human-made things. However, if you look across the street from certain concrete and steel buildings, you may notice beautiful living trees and a natural landscape. This is 5D heaven right close to you in 3D at all times. The highest vibrational things are always simple and natural. The old, low vibrating, 3D Earth matrix is one state of consciousness, and new 5D Earth heaven is a faster vibrating state of consciousness. The outward physical experience of each of these two worlds, realities, or planes is an outward physical manifestation that simply matches the frequency of that state of being or dimension. In exact alignment with the 12 dimensions of this universe, are the 12 main states of consciousness you can experience in this universe. At the moment, we are focused on the fifth state of being, called the fifth dimension, heaven, nirvana, bliss, ecstasy, etc. This state is also referred to as oneness, stillness, 0 point, and the zero field. At this consciousness level, it is possible to do incredible things with near zero energy output on your part. The states of being or dimensions we are discussing here are measured in Hertz frequency. The gamma state of consciousness, 5D, is a blissful state of being where both brain hemispheres, male and female, are fully merged into one coherent mode of operation. Though 5D is not a place, this energetic state inside of you can, and will manifest outwardly as your physical, externally perceived world or reality. This is because you are always manifesting your physical reality 100% by virtue of the sum total vibration of your being. In contrast, if your internal vibration is resonating low enough, you will manifest a hell just as surely. This is just the way this universe works, and once you get the hang of this God power, you will begin to consciously manifest with positive, high vibe intent, and then, unbelievable magic starts to happen all around you. In the gamma, 5D, state of consciousness, you begin manifesting things with much more power and speed than 3D, and you begin experimenting with your new creator God power more at this level. As we move towards 2020 and the grand solar flash, benevolent light forces are working around the clock to assist all the light beings stationed on Earth in manifesting a beautiful new world where all beings of Earth will be free, abundant, eternally healthy, in joy and in peace forevermore. The first and main secret to manifesting beautiful things is to simply feel good. You should make feeling good your highest priority. The primary way to feel good is to only allow natural healthy things into the physical, mental, emotional, and etheric bodies. How to experience 5D now? As of November 11, 2018, the 5D frequency of 40 to 100 Hz gamma level was attained on planet Earth due to a major astral ascension block clearing by light forces. At that special time, if you will, on the ascension timeline, the highest planetary conscious cohesion in history was achieved, around the globe. Since that moment, the 5D vibration was made fully available to all beings on Earth for the first time in modern history. So how do you move into 5D? The simple answer is, just be in it. Start being the 5D being that you are. Start living and behaving like the angelic being that you already are. Ask yourself, what characteristics would a 5D being display? Start being and living that way, now, and you will begin to experience 5D. Here is further instruction for you to start experiencing a personal 5D reality now. You must remove your focus from 3D as much as possible, get by yourself with no external distractions, put recommended, 5D coded, 40 to 100 Hz music, that instantly lifts your vibration, in your headset and let it play in the background while you give focus to any of the following things: benevolent celestial beings, celestial landscapes, the new earth, freedom, love, peace, joy, abundance, health, your dreams and desires, your accomplishments, all the things you have to be grateful and thankful for, sacred geometry, beautiful art, fun and exciting things, beings that you love the most. You get the idea here. As you do this for 10 to 20 minutes, you will start to feel and experience the 5D frequency of heaven and the new earth. After doing this repeatedly as many times as you like for a few days, it will become completely automatic and will become your constant state of being even as you continue operating in 3D. What you are doing here as you get the hang of this is you are perceiving the 3D reality around you from new 5D eyes, and this is how the new earth starts manifesting and staying for good. This 5D gamma state is a state of bliss consciousness where your left hemisphere, 3D alpha, and your right hemisphere, 5D gamma, start to work together at the same time, hence multidimensional perception and functionality. This deliberate 5D focus strategy is only necessary at first to entrain your being to stay focused at the 5D level even while physically walking around in 3D. After a bit of this habitual focus, the process will become automatic and sustained as your DNA code changes to lock in this process. Dear one, you are changing, faster than ever, into the higher being that you already are. The Pleiadians call the event the greatest evolutionary leap that mankind has ever known. At this stage, the light beings of Earth become true galactic citizens and begin to govern themselves and live as such. At this point in one's evolution, you begin to be the highest and grandest version of yourself that you can conceive of, and you begin to live out of your heart completely. An epoch in human evolution is taking place right now, dear ones, where a move to personal sovereignty is starting to take place on a mass collective level. Other tools to boost your manifestation power. Any ascension tool that raises your vibration is recommended as an aid to boost your natural manifestation ability. These tools include yoga, meditation, art, music, nature, gaining sacred knowledge, crystals, specifically Andara crystals. Why Andara crystals? Andaras are the only 5D resonant crystals that transduce a 40-100 Hz gamma light directly into the auric field, greatly amplifying one's etheric energy, boosting the manifestation process by up to several thousand times in power. This is ancient and advanced technical knowledge passed down by the Pleiadians, the Lemurians, and the Atlanteans. The Great White Brotherhood of Lemurian and Atlara priests and all secret societies of Earth have access to this knowledge still today. By now, many of you may have discovered that you can manifest anything, with no limits, simply by emitting the thought and feeling energy that aligns with what you want to bring into your life. However, to be 100% successful all the time and to maintain full control over this process can be challenging from the 3D level. It is a fact, known by the ancient civilizations of Earth and by advanced beings in this cosmos, that the manifestation process can be accelerated by up to thousands of times in speed and power by using crystal amplifiers to boost one's auric energy field. Quartz crystals are one example of crystal amplifiers. However, the metaphysical properties of monatomic Andara crystals make them much more powerful and more diverse than quartz. True Andaras contain traces of quartz, but the quantum superconductor properties of monatomics operate on a much higher level than all 3D crystals. A 5D Andara crystal is a literal piece of advanced, otherworldly technology that operates as a multidimensional doorway directly to the fifth dimension. An Andara crystal is a mini stargate that you can hold in your hand. Andaras flex central sunlight from the fifth dimension into your personal energy field. The Pleiadians have given amazing technology and knowledge to the inhabitants of Earth since the very beginning, and one of the greatest gifts left here was the knowledge of crystals and the sacred geometry, creational energy patterns they emit. Authentic Andaras. Only true Andaras work to raise consciousness levels, heal the layered body system, and operate as crystal amplifiers. True Andaras are ancient in age, mined from the earth, Do not contain lead. Are always a blend of other natural earth crystals, usually quartz. True Andaras will also always contain microscopic traces of metallic monatomic, prima mater Ethereum powder and rare earth minerals. Many beings of Earth are experiencing the benefits of Andara crystal technology in manifesting their 5D heaven on Earth, to raise their vibration and by receiving great healing. Personal testimony. From our own personal testimony and from the testimony of tens of thousands of light beings, we all confirm that Andaras work. They are literal magic and the only way to know is to work with them personally. Proof and science. There is a test called a spectroscopic analysis that will absolutely verify the presence of monatomic Ethereum. This test is very complex and very expensive but is 100% conclusive and scientific. The true, easy, personal test for authentic Andaras is to place one or more of our Andara crystals close to your auric field and send your highest and most positive intentions into them. Next, notice how fast these intentions manifest into the physical realm. You will be truly amazed by the results. Andaras are extremely powerful consciousness amplifiers which causes your etheric energy to manifest physically, 1000 times faster than without the Andaras present. With this said, we add the disclaimer that Andaras will amplify and manifest low vibrations in the auric field with just as much power and speed, so it's important to be ready for the power of Andara crystals before working with them. The higher teachings say, only vibrate high and make sure you have cleared all lower vibrations such as toxins, traumas, and etheric connections to low vibrational beings, things, and situations. Andara energy also repairs damaged DNA strands and heals the physical body, the mind, and the emotions very quickly. We believe in the power of Andara crystals and part of our ascension mission is to bring this ancient knowledge of crystal technology back to the modern world. Don't take our word for it. Try Endora for yourself and you be the judge. We already know what will happen because nearly every single person that begins to work with them says the same thing. Andara crystals caused powerful positive change in my life, in short order, and I cannot deny that something powerful is happening here. Dear one, your auric Merkaba body is being reformed quickly now into a stronger, brighter diamond crystalline matrix. Now is the time to incorporate all the technology, ascension tools, and knowledge of ascension that you can to make this amazing transition easier and more successful. The final layers of old energies are being quickly dissolved now and your multidimensional body chakras are being opened and aligned so 5D central sunlight can flow through you. Hang on, don't forget to breathe as we move forward into the final stage of the event and the grand solar flash. It is truly an amazing time to be here on planet Earth. Thank you for coming here and for all that you are doing to create a better world. We are here to assist in any way and to bring solutions and positive news for the hope of a glorious new epoch on planet Earth. Let us all now manifest a beautiful new world on Earth where all beings will be free and abundant forevermore. Godspeed. Michael and the Pleiadians. How to work with Andara crystals. Simply come into close contact with an Andara, hold it, meditate with it, gaze upon it and send your highest intention into it. Andara will greatly amplify your desires and manifest them quickly and directly to you from a higher dimensional plane. Andaras align the energy centers of the body to their natural state, promoting a healthy state of being in all body systems. A recommended source for Andara crystals. www.5dearthproject.com. Special credit and acknowledgement to the Earth Alliance, the Great White Brotherhood, the White Dragon Society, Pleiadian codename, Cobra, the Guardians of Earth and the Sphere Being Alliance.